welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm checking out a comedy from 1983. That movie is National Lampoon's Vacation, and I guess the first thing I've got to say is, yeah, I've never seen a single vacation movie in my lifetime. I've seen clips, I've seen television ads, I've seen trailers, but I've never had the opportunity to just sit down and watch any of these movies at all. And last year, I bought a box set of the first 4 vacation movies, and I'm finally getting my chance to watch them, and I'm actually kind of sort of psyched, because I've heard good things about the first vacation movie and the third one. The second one I've heard sort of decent things about. It's that fourth one I'm really fucking worried about, but I'm not dwelling on those. I'm going to focus on the first one. I've seen maybe all told about 2 minutes of this movie by way of, you know, again, clips and TV ads and all that fun shit. And what I saw looked really good, so I do have high hopes that the movie itself is going to be solid. The only way I'm going to find out, though, guys, if this thing's any good at all, is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out National Lampoon's Vacation. So, guys, we're about 20 minutes in. I can say that the movie is incredibly funny. I am loving what I am seeing. The one thing I'm not loving is the color of that fucking station, you know, wagon. Granted, the thing is ugly, but it kind of has, like, a charming look with all of the fucking, like, wood freaking panels and shit. It would be a lot better looking if it wasn't such a disgusting shade of green. I just kind of wanted to share that, guys. I have nothing else to really talk about. I'm actually kind of getting sucked into the movie, you see. Thank Christ that sequence was done. Look, guys, the movie started off really strong, and then the family had to visit Uncle fucking Eddie. And the humor just took a nosedive. Plus side is, the fucking Griswolds are now being joined by little old lady, apparently is like their aunt. And she, honestly, was like the best part of the whole thing with Eddie's family. So, we're gonna have her at least until they get to, I think she said Arizona? So, hey, that sounds awesome. And at least now we're done with the Uncle Eddie bullshit. Hopefully the movie can rebound from that. Well, guys, good news. The station wagon still runs. Kind of surprising after the jump the fucking thing took, and how it blew out all 4 tires and bashed in the front end, and you know, but hey, at least it still drives. I'm really surprised by that. But hey, good news, at least it still drives. Awesome. Well, guys, Clark has officially lost it. And that was probably one of the best performances Chevy Chase has ever given in the history of anything. And I fucking loved it. That was amazing. Fuck yeah. So, in order to enjoy their time at Walley World, even though the park is closed, Clark is holding a security officer at gunpoint. I love it, man. It's fucking awesome. Oh, shit, man. Well, guys, that was National Lampoon's Vacation. Let me shut that off. Okay. Well, how to start this? What the hell? I'm just gonna say it right now. I went into this movie with high hopes, and for the most part, it far surpassed all expectations I had. This movie's fucking amazing, and I loved it. Now, with that said, there is one negative I do have to bring up, and I'm going to bring it up now so that way it doesn't, like, it doesn't weigh down everything else I'm going to have to say. And it goes underneath writing, which is surprising because the writing's fucking stellar through most of this. But there's a 15-minute patch or so where the fucking Griswolds, as they're driving from Chicago to L.A., they have to stop by their cousin Eddie's. And all humor falls out of that scene. For the entire sequence where they are at cousin Eddie's, it's boring, it's pointless, it is unfunny. They drop a fucking hint in there and they never cash in on it. You see, because Eddie has a daughter who has a ton of weed. And he gives the Griswold's daughter, I'm terrible with names, so just sorry, gives her a bunch of fucking joints. And I thought at some point they were going to get pulled over by a cop, and the cop was going to notice the joints, or was going to notice the weed, or was going to notice the weed smell. I was hoping for some kind of payoff. The only payoff we get is when Rusty, the son, tells her that she doesn't even know how to fucking smoke them. But there's no real payoff to it at all. And it just, that whole bit, it kind of sort of felt like they were building up to something and they never cashed in on it. I guess that's another negative on top of the 15-minute dead patch involving cousin Eddie. Now, there is a positive, though, which comes from that 15-minute segment. And that is that the family, it is that the Griswolds are told that they have to drive their Aunt Edna back to Phoenix. And Edna has a dog. Oh god, that poor fucking dog. So, you know what? Okay, yes, that whole sequence sucked minus maybe one or fucking two jokes. But we also got Aunt Edna and her dog out of it, and that's awesome. So, I am happy about that. I'm gonna touch on the dog. I was surprised just how pitch black this movie got in terms of humor. For some reason, I had it in my head that this was going to be some kind of a family-friendly film. And I was not expecting a third of the shit that comes up here. Part of it has to do with Edna's dog. You see, I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler here. The dog dies in probably one of the most gruesome ways possible. Plus side is that you don't see it. But the sequence where you find out when they are pulled over and a cop is basically showing him the leash he left tied to the back bumper. That entire exchange is fucking hilarious. I guess I can also say this is kind of a spoiler. Edna also doesn't fucking make it all the way to Phoenix. And again, it gets really dark, but it's fucking funny. Now, minus the patch with fucking cousin Eddie, and as shit as that was, I will say that everything else is fantastic. Everything else in terms of writing was awesome. Our characters were all incredibly well fucking written. Again, I'm trying to disqualify cousin fucking Eddie and his boring dipshit family. Every other character is written incredibly well. Damn near every single joke hits and hits perfectly. The pacing on this movie is awesome. You are going to find yourself with a fucking smile almost permanently affixed to your face from the moment that you hit play all the way to the end credits. Again, minus that 15 fucking minutes. So yeah, guys, writing here is fucking amazing. I loved the way that the writing was handled here. It's probably some of the best writing I've seen in a National Lampoon movie. But then again, considering the fact that there have been a lot of really shit National Lampoon movies, I understand that isn't saying much. I also have to qualify this isn't as funny as let's say Animal House, but it is certainly a close second in terms of the output from National Lampoon. So yeah, guys, writing here is fucking amazing. Acting, our cast did a fantastic job. The one who surprised me the most was Chevy Chase. The reason why that one shocks me is because I've seen Chevy Chase attempt to act. I'm going to say that again. I've seen him attempt to act. I've never seen him actually succeed at it until now. In this movie, Chevy Chase actually seems to care. He actually seems to give a fuck and put some effort in, which he didn't do for Saturday Night Live. He didn't do for any other film or TV show he's ever fucking been on. So how the hell was I supposed to expect anything from him? My God, he fucking cashed in and cashed in beautifully here. His acting was fantastic, and the rest of the cast was also able to keep up. The acting, I think, is what makes most of the humor work, because everybody is just able to just hit their fucking marks perfectly in terms of getting these jokes fired off. It works, and it works incredibly well. I really don't have a single negative thing to say about the acting. In fact, once more, I'm going to give mad props to Chevy Chase for actually caring. That fucking shocked me there, Chevy. So my fucking hat's off to you. Soundtrack to this movie is fucking amazing. Almost every song is catchy and awesome, and I loved it. The score, same thing. The score is fucking catchy and awesome, and it's fantastic. Our camera work here is good. Our lighting is spectacular. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can really comment on that. Correction. There is one minor issue, and I really think it just had to do with what they had to film, you see. Because when the family finally gets did I just hear my phone go off? Who fucking cares? When the family finally gets to Walley World and they finally get in and they start going on the rides, a little bit of the footage there is a little bit, grainy, and I think that might have to do with the fact that when you're trying to film a roller fucking coaster, you really can't put a large bulky film fucking camera on there. You probably need something a little bit cheaper, which is why the shots of them inside of the roller coaster cars were a little bit grainy. Mind you, guys, that also could be because I'm watching it on fucking Blu-ray, and every single little detail pops out. You might not notice that, fucking graininess if you're watching it on DVD or VHS or something. It is something worth, mentioning, but it also isn't so noticeable that it's going to ruin the film for you. But it is something that I felt was kind of worth mentioning. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to really talk about. Lighting, soundtrack, score, the acting, the writing. Is there anything else I can really talk about in terms of writing? Not fucking really. The only thing I can say is once more, because I had it in my head for whatever baffling reason that I thought this thing was a family film. I was still kind of surprised at, just the kind of humor that flew in here. But that honestly though is not a negative, because I love me some dark fucking humor. And when you have a family who are arguing about how to fucking take care of a corpse, oh my God, that gets really funny really, really fast. In fact, I'm going to tell you, that honestly was probably one of the funniest segments. Was just shortly after Edna, dies, and then they got to figure out what to do with her body. Nobody honestly wants to ride in the back seat with the corpse, so they strap it onto the luggage fucking rack. That honestly was funny as hell. And just everything else from that point until they finally ditch her body is just fucking hilarious. Guys, when all is said and done, can I recommend National Lampoon's Vacation? Fuck yes, I can. This thing was amazing. And even with the 15-minute suck fucking zone, the movie is great. It's fucking awesome. I cannot wait to watch the sequels, man. This right here is going to be a fun month, man. Specifically because I got 3 more of these things coming, and if the writing is half as good in those as it was here, it is going to be one hell of an awesome month. I am so happy that I bought these fucking Blu-rays, and I cannot wait to get into the next one. But, I don't really want to run through all 4 of them quickly, so as is sort of the way with this series, I'm going to be alternating between Vacation and some other stuff, and I'm actually looking at the next movie I've got lined up. Kind of have hopes for this one also. So yeah, guys, so I'm going to tell you right now, this fucking month is shaping up to be amazing, which is great considering the fact that last fucking month I did nothing but remakes, and almost all of them were shit. Anyway, though, I am really kind of riding high. I actually want to watch a few. I actually want to watch the other good National Lampoon movies. So I get to go watch Animal House, and I get to go watch Animal House. Anyway, folks, with that we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.